Son hits the post. I mean,
maybe this is what the team could look like when people start, other than Sonny's playing well.
Diego really should have put a whooping on us. You know what I mean? And if you look at this game, as you said, tick for tack. I mean, you know, it's super unselfish, but we need him up top. We really do. And you see the difference. These guys are swarming him. He has two left foot. Go, Will. I mean, I was yelling at the television. My throat is a little sore. Jose is before he took Fenerbahce. Actually, before he went to Roma, they asked him. They said, "Hey, would you ever go to MLS or whatever?" And he said he would like to coach in the States at some point. Then this is just what Son is bringing. He's bringing that.
손흥민의 홈 데뷔전은 거의 플레이오프를 방불케 했고 스포츠 제국 LA에서 오늘만큼은 축구가 분명한 주인공이었습니다. 그동안 축구를 보지 않던 LA 시민들도 7번 유니폼을 입고 경기장을 방문했으며 소니콜은 말 그대로 왕의 입성을 알렸습니다. 원래 MLS 전체를 통틀어 가장 열성적인 서포터즈를 보유한 LAFC지만 오늘 경기는 특히나 국제적이었고 프리미어리그 포럼에서조차 경기 내내 노래를 부르는 LAFC의 응원 문화에 놀란 목소리가 상당합니다. 손흥민은 LA의 축구를 바다 건너 유럽에 보급시켰고 영국이 준 선물을 어떤 방식으로 미국스럽게 만들어가고 있는지 보여줬습니다. 오늘 상대팀은 서부의 지배자 샌디에이고였고 패배했지만 모두가 놀란 첫 번째 이유는 15-12의 슈팅 수로 알 수 있듯이 1위 팀이 5위 팀을 가둬놓고 팬 경기가 아니었기 때문입니다. 전반전엔 심지어 이길지도 모른다는 기운이 넘쳐 흘렀습니다. 물론 한국 팬들에겐 만족스러운 경기력이 아니었겠지만 분명 LAFC는 올 시즌 가장 부진한 무렵보단 가능성을 보였고 윌과 닉은 일제히 손흥민이 준 에너지를 외쳤습니다. 또한 대부분의 LAFC 팬들이 시즌 후 작별이 예고된 감독의 즉시 경질을 요구하고 있는 상황에서 무리뉴란 빅네임이 언급되기 시작했습니다. 다음 보실 영상은 부진하던 팀의 슈퍼스타가 도착했고 손흥민이 만들어가는 새로운 팀의 성장 스토리에 대한 기대감이 스며 있습니다.
You know, 샌디에고 FC is a very good team, maybe even the best in MLS, especially when this game meant so much with it being Sonhungmin's first match at home.
I mean, it's unbelievable, man. I gotta be honest with you. I said a 3-2, right? And I seen the second half come out, and I felt like LAFC, if they get in, you know, those goals in the back of the net, 3 shots from Son, 2 to 4 from Bouanga. Son hits the post. I mean, it was very unlucky for LAFC. It really could have been the score that I wanted.
For the fans who went, this is their first game, you kind of wanted to see something special happen. Maybe you thought that could happen. But the first half, 샌디에고 FC, like I said, they're arguably the best team in the league. And LAFC was going tick for tack with them. They looked just as good, if not better at sometimes. And you kind of thought to yourself, okay, maybe they finally figured some stuff out. Maybe this is what the team could look like when people start, other than Sonny's playing well. And like you said in that first, like what you came on in the halftime show with me, and you were like, yeah, man, I feel good about this. I think they could win. But man, it's like they total collapse. Like, where was the first half team in the second half?
You know, I'm not quite sure. But like I said, Will, we had quite a few chances, but LAFC couldn't get it in. And give it up to San Diego. They played a heck of a game, man, and you can't deny it. Top of the West, it was the game that LAFC needed for it. And I speak about this all the time, Will, momentum. But, you know, look, LAFC holds 42% of the possessions. San Diego has 58% of it. You know, and when you look at this right here, it's crazy because San Diego really should have put a whooping on us. You know what I mean? And if you look at this game, as you said, tick for tack. I mean, the LAFC showed up and they were really playing at a high level. It's unfortunate what happened with Martinez. Hats off to San Diego. They won this game. They are definitely the top of the West. But I like what I've seen from LAFC. It just wasn't good enough tonight. And hopefully we can learn from this, right? We can try to push, you know, better forward, and this is just what Son is bringing. He's bringing that energy to LAFC, man. Packed house, and all around, just the energy was really, it felt good.
Denny Bouanga, even though he scored, we saw more of him trying to do too much, trying to take on 2 defenders. His crosses weren't good. He was playing frustrated. He was making bad fouls. He's not the Denny Bouanga, Son Heung-min combination just is not what we thought it was going to be at this point. Now, it is only 4 games in, so you have to take that into consideration. But man, he tries to play hero ball way too much, Nick. And last thing I'll say, and I'll let you chime in on this, I expect Denis Bouanga to be what Anders Dreyer was for San Diego FC. That dude was killing it. He was all over the place, so many touches, setting players up, making incredible runs. That's the level of expectations I have for Denis Bouanga, and that's why I'm disappointed in him.
You know, it's interesting. Last week I said some things about Denis Bouanga, and I really got some flack on it, you know what I mean, telling me it was some of the worst takes. And I can respect that, you know, because he has been someone that we have leaned on so much, right? And Will, I don't think you're far off, if I'm honest with you, right? Like, you've seen him trying to take that responsibility back on this particular game. You know what I mean? But then, well, interesting enough, because everybody always says that Bouanga doesn't look for the pass first, he always looks for the shot. But 2 plays where he should have took the shot, what does he do? He puts his head up, finds Son, and shoots it to him when it wasn't actually the right play to do. He should have took that shot. You know what I mean? And so I think he's finding himself in a weird position because they are good buddies. I mean, you know, I have a bunch of friends and that are at the game, and they're like, yo, they're literally, as they're practicing, they're following each other around. They're friends. They're obviously have made a bond, you know, and they want to get each other into the game. But, you know, this is going to sound weird. I think there's times that you have to look for your team, and there's other times that you need to be a little selfish on the pitch. You know what I mean? And I think Son and Bouanga at times need to be a little bit selfish. And I'm not coming down on either one of them. I'm just saying the friendship is the friendship, but sometimes we got to be a tad bit selfish, you know, because that pass shouldn't have happened. Son also, there was a pass that he made to Smallscoff. I would have liked to seen him take that, but he's an unselfish player. He wants to get everybody involved, right? That's his whole thing. But yet, maybe for LAFC, for us, we need him to be a tad bit selfish, you know, here and there. It's not all the time. We're not asking him to go out of his character too much, but sort of think about taking that shot before you make that pass sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because he can do it. I mean, dude, the one that hit the top left over there with that beautiful left, that was going to be, to what you were saying a minute ago about David Martinez, that was going to be a Vela left foot goal, Will. I mean, I was yelling at the television. My throat is a little sore.
Mine is too.
I'm physically yelling because I thought it was in. I thought it was in. It was beautiful. And it just hit the post. But, you know, a little selfishness sometimes might go a long way, especially in MLS for him. You know what I mean? And again, it's way out of his character because he's a freaking fantastic human being and an unselfish person. But we might need that a little bit for the leadership on this team.
I will say this too. One positive as well is that in this game, I think the attack looked better because they weren't trying to force feed Sonny as much as they were the last game. But here's the thing. Sonny doesn't need to be forced. He doesn't care about that. He's not like, oh, you better get me the ball. That's not how he is. Yeah. He just cares about winning. He just wants to win. He doesn't care how you do it. He doesn't care if you have 0 shots. He just wants to get a win.
I think he touched the ball. I think I was told 11. He only had the ball 11 times the first half.
Yeah.
11 touches the first half, bro. That's not a lot, you know. And then you've seen that he was coming to the midfield to try to facilitate more as opposed to being the guy up front, which isn't what we want from him. We want him to be the guy that's having someone facilitate to him. But right now, the unselfishness of him is saying, let me go on back here and grab this ball and help Bouanga. Let me go back here and grab this ball to help the Martinez and the Ordazes. And, you know, it's super unselfish, but we need him up top. We really do. And you see the difference. These guys are swarming him. He has 2, sometimes even 3 players, but it's leaving those guys open. It's leaving the Ordaz and the Bouanga open. And that is when Bouanga has to say, okay, it's my turn. I'm stepping up. Instead of trying to walk it in, take that shot like he did the first goal. I mean, as you said, well, you know, it all started with Son.
Yeah, I did notice in this game, too, at certain points that Palencia was also playing further up than than Sony at a lot of times, and that's still not ideal. Now, obviously, he's an attacking fullback. He's going to get up and he's going to, lead some crosses, but you shouldn't have Sony playing that deep. You need to be playing more up top.
Yeah.
I wanted to point out real quick before we wrap this up about Steve Cherundolo. I think Steve Cherundolo tried to do some weird, funky tactics tonight and had a weird lineup. Had Segura playing in the midfield. I think they had him listed as kind of like is a 6 in Igor Jesus. I know that they were playing 3 out of the back, but it was kind of weird. It's just really weird formation. And I think his substitutions were too late, like normal, right? And I wonder, Nick, which we'll maybe do a video about this more in depth. Jose Mourinho just got fired by Fenerbahce. Also, relationship with Sonny. I think they have a deep relationship. Makes you wonder, man. Makes you wonder if you go ahead and just pull the cord on him now and try to bring him in.
Yeah, the thing about Jose is before he took Fenerbahce, actually before he went to Roma, they asked him, they said, hey, would you ever go to MLS or whatever? And he said he would like to coach in the States at some point. Then he went to Roma and then obviously Fenerbahce. But, I think that would be a good move. I know a lot of people are up, look, LAFC is more of a forward pushing team, right? Jose does like to park the buses sometimes, and it's not really the style that most of us LAFC fans would like to see. However, he is a freaking amazing coach. He's always been one of my favorites personally. I loved him at Roma, and he's a winner. He's a winner. Like that's what he does. He wins. Maybe not of late, but he's a winner. And I think that if he was to come here and LAFC had a chance to get him, I think that we all should be.
You don't pass it up.
No, bring this coach in, whatever. Now, the first time he parks the bus, if people are going to be complaining, absolutely. Well, I'll probably be one of them. I probably will. I'm not going to lie to you, right? Because that isn't the style that I want to see LAFC play. But I remember when he coached for Chelsea, and they were with Hazard, and they weren't super defensive. I mean, yes, they had defensive isms, but they pushed. And they were a very high pressing team. And I remember how fun it was. And when I think about how he was at Roma, same thing. Roma, with Dybala in them, bro, it was like score. It was a very beautiful ball, And so, that would be absolutely fantastic. And then on the lineup of Dolo out. You know what I'm saying?
Dolo out.
There's no question about it. But there are some things that I did like. I like Schwarnier being in there. I know he had a little bit of mess-ups in there.
No, I agree, Nick. Well, listen, I appreciate it. We'll see what happens. We'll see if this team's able to make any type of late pushes. Me and you will probably do the next Sun Heung-min game. They're going to be playing friendlies for South Korea, so we'll probably miss this coming weekend. I don't think he's gonna be available for that, obviously. But before I let you go, make sure you go follow Nick at The Voice of Black and Gold, the biggest, the best LAFC podcast.
No, man, listen, y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and, give this man a thumbs up. Will's right there close to that, closing in on the 10,000. By far, the best MLS covering content of this league. And Will, thanks for having me on, man. This has been fun riding this sunny wave, and it's exciting. So I appreciate you letting me come on and share my excitement with your crowd, man.
It's been very fun. And we still got a long season left to go. We still got a couple months left, man. So we'll see what happens. Appreciate it. Make sure you guys like this if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon.
Later.
채널에서 과거의 특집 영상을 만들기도 했지만 무리뉴는 바르샤 같은 팀을 만나면 퍼스를 세우지만 포르투 시절 중하위권 팀들과의 경쟁에선 미친 공격 축구를 펼쳤습니다. 아자르를 보유하고 있으면 좁은 공간을 파괴하고 손흥민을 보유하면 케인을 밑으로 내려서라도 역습할 공간을 창출해냈습니다. 그가 수비적인 축구를 펼친 이유는 그가 맡은 팀들 대부분이 수비 축구에 더 적합했기 때문입니다. 포르투로 리그에선 공격 축구를 하다가 챔스에서 한 경기 만에 5백으로 변신하고 수비로 전 유럽을 질식시킨 감독입니다. 언젠가 미국에 가고 싶다고 했던 무리뉴가 스스로 선택한다면 마다할 MLS 팀은 없을 것이라고 생각하고 초창기엔 예열이 필요했지만 결과적으로 손흥민을 가장 잘 활용한 감독은 무리뉴였으며 그가 남긴 유산이 콘테 체제에서 득점왕으로 연결된 사실을 부정할 수 없습니다. 문제는 돈이지만 LAFC 입장에선 좋은 감독의 영입이 결과적으로 더 큰 이익으로 확장된다는 전망만 있다면 금액은 중요하지 않으며 그게 미국이란 나라입니다. 얼마를 쓰느냐가 아니라 얼마를 회수하느냐의 문제입니다. 메시를 영입할 돈이 없으면 애플 TV 수익을 포함시켜서라도 성사시키는 산업의 끝판왕입니다. 애플은 그 숫자를 철저하게 비밀에 붙이고 있기에 메시가 매주 얼마를 벌어들이는지는 누구도 알 수 없습니다. 물론 손흥민의 계약도 마찬가지입니다. 단순 주급 외에 플러스 알파가 기정사실로 받아들여지고 있고 유럽과는 아예 다른 메커니즘으로 계약서를 작성하고 있습니다. 결국 현 감독의 이별은 이미 확정되었고 시기가 문제이며 다음 감독은 조심스럽지만 MLS 터줏대감이 아니라 유럽에서 경험을 쌓은 사람이길 바랍니다. 물론 빅네임이라면 더 좋고 엄청난 이름 2명이 제야에 있지만 설레발은 치지 않겠습니다. 오늘 경기에서 고무적인 사실은 손흥민의 지난 시즌 막판의 컨디션은 발부상이 100% 영향을 주었다는 완전한 확인이었습니다. 벌써 4경기째 그는 스프린트에 전혀 문제가 없어 보이고 개인적으로 많은 생각이 들었습니다. 부상을 안고 뛰고 있는 선수가 다소 느려졌다고 나이 때문이라는 폭발적인 목소리가 쏟아졌었고 17살 선수라도 아프면 당연히 느려진다는 이성적 판단이 아니라 그저 숫자에 잠식된 메아리가 많았기 때문입니다. 이는 편견의 위험성을 보여줍니다. 그렇다가 아니라 그럴 것이다는 편견이 사실처럼 둔갑되고 부상인 걸 모두가 알고 있지만 애써 지우고 나이만 언급되는 호러쇼였습니다. 지난 시즌 햄스트링과 발부상이 없던 무렵에 3차례나 손흥민은 지금 몸 상태가 그 어느 때보다 좋다고 말했지만 일부는 여전히 본인의 말보다 느려졌다는 일부의 주장만을 주시했습니다. 지금도 댓글로 축구를 보는 일부 사람들은 손흥민은 느려졌다는 지난 정보에 갇혀 있지만 실제로 그는 미친 듯이 빠르며 후반 막판까지 근지구력을 이어가고 있습니다. 확증 편향이 아니라 본질에 접근하기 위해서 가장 조심해야 하는 것이 편견이고 비단 손흥민의 이야기가 아니더라도 대부분의 인생에서 주요 쟁점입니다. 손흥민도 인간이고 언젠가는 분명히 지금의 운동 능력과는 달라질 것입니다. 하지만 그게 오늘은 아닙니다.